Hey y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm sharing a recipe for what I'm calling meatball oreganata. And this recipe was actually inspired by a video of a YouTuber that I watch, Laura Vitale. She had made, this was years ago, shrimp oreganata, which is an Italian dish made with primarily just oregano and shrimp. And I don't know why it sounded great to me to try it on meatballs, but that is what I'm going to do today. So we have some ingredients here that we're going to be using. I have some ground chicken, I have some Italian breadcrumbs, mayonnaise, I have some minced garlic, I do have some salt, pepper, and onion flakes in here, and then I have some fresh oregano, which I'm going to be working with. So to get started, I'm just going to first chop up the oregano, and I did go ahead and wash this ahead of time and dry it, not well, but I definitely dried it, attempted to. And the oregano is really going to be the primary flavor in this dish. You know, I'm a big fan of oregano. I've always used it in my cooking, but it seems like now, you know, I would say in the last few years, I've really grown fond of the herb, and it's just one of those flavors that goes into dishes, and a lot of times people don't realize it's in there, but it's one of those things that if it's not in there, you will know. So you might not be able to put your finger on it, but you'll definitely know something is missing. So I wanted to play around with some fresh oregano and see how I like that. I often use dried because oregano is not always easy to find in its fresh form, but I was able to get some this go round, so I figured this would be a great recipe to make. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, so that you can always be notified when I'm cooking up some new delicious recipes. And let's cook. Just be sure to remove any like really damaged pieces of herbs if you have them. If not, I'm using what I think is about maybe a quarter cup of fresh oregano leaves. If you only had dried and you wanted to try this, I would start with about a teaspoon and then work my way up from there. So a teaspoon into the meatballs, and then, you know, taste your broth as you go, and then add, you know, in quarter teaspoon increments. Oregano is very strong, especially in its dried form. So that is not something that you want to just kind of heavy hit with, because it can easily overpower your dishes. So I'm just going to chop this really well, because this is actually going into the meatballs. I'm going to reserve just a tiny bit to add to my sauce at the end, but most of it is going into the meatballs. So now that our oregano is chopped, I'm just gonna go in and open up my ground chicken. Now I'm using chicken because if you are new here, I do not eat red meat. So when I make recipes, I often make them with either like turkey or chicken or pork of some kind. But if you want to go ahead and use beef for this, you absolutely can do that. I'm sure it will be delicious. It is just not something that I eat. It's been probably 20 years at this point since I've had my last go round with any type of beef. So, well, I'll say knowingly. That can be a different story for a different day. But yes, so I do have to adapt all of my recipes to work with chicken, turkey, beef, or even seafood. I love this ground chicken that I'm using because it doesn't come with a lot of like, you know, extra stuff. You know, there's no like ton of blood just pouring out the chicken, so I really like that. What I'm going to do is simply add my salt, pepper, and onion flakes to this. The onion flakes, they're going to act as kind of like a hydrator inside of the meatball, so it's going to keep our meatballs from drying out. So that's really important, but you don't want to add a ton because you don't want onion flavor. Now if you want onion flavor, you can, and that's fine, but that's not what I'm going for here today. So you know, I only added enough to help with keeping the meat moisturized. And the garlic, I'm actually going to use that in the sauce, so we're not going to use that right this second, and then I'll share the rest of the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the actual sauce once I get there. But I used about a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. I think a quarter might actually do. That was initially what I was going to use, but it didn't seem like it was going to be enough to me, so I went with a 1/3, but now I'm thinking that it might be a little too much. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mix all this together. The mayonnaise is my substitution for eggs. I try not to put eggs in mixtures like this unnecessarily, like if it's something that can very well hold together on its own. And I actually think I am going to use the rest of those breadcrumbs. Yeah, if it's something that can hold together on its own, I don't really like to add it because sometimes I just don't think it's necessary. But if you want to add an egg, that's fine. Using something like mayonnaise, you know, it has eggs in it, so that binder is still in there, and it will do the same thing. So I love the little bits of green that I'm getting around the actual meat, and that's gonna be like so delicious. I just know it. And you just want to mix it good. You don't need to over mix it. You know, just make sure the seasonings are through. And that should be enough. So these are going to be pretty juicy because the meat in and of itself is pretty moist. I'm sorry if you're someone that doesn't like that word. I don't know how else to describe it. And then now that that's mixed up, all I'm going to do, I'm taking my cookie scoop to just kind of measure out the meatballs so that they're pretty uniform. I'm just going to roll them around very gently like this. They will be fine. They will stay. You'll get nice round uniform meatballs. I tend to, when I try to freehand this, I make them slightly too big. So I just want to make sure that there's enough to go around, and maybe for my husband and I to get, you know, 2 meals each out of the recipe. And this is all I'm going to do, and then I'll set these aside and let them chill for maybe like 10 minutes. The meat is pretty cold, so I think the meatballs will do just fine, but that'll just help them firm up just a tad, and that'll ensure that they don't get smushed when I go to pan fry them. And what you guys can see here, this is the meatballs as they're finished up. So I got about 11 meatballs and like a baby meatball out of this, and I'm just going to put the plate in the fridge to chill for about 10 or 15 minutes. You just want them to get a little firm so that they don't fall apart under the heat. And then what I did is I set out the ingredients I'm going to need for my sauce. So I actually have a 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of butter, some flour, which I'm going to dust around the meatballs before I start cooking them. That will help to thicken the sauce. I have the minced garlic, the rest of my oregano, and then the only thing I'll probably add to the dish is a little bit more salt and some shredded or grated Parmesan. All right, y'all, so my meatballs have cooled, chilled off quite a bit. I'm just taking this flour and I'm going to rub it onto the meatballs. And this is going to help us like have a nice little gravy going. I have my hot plate heating up over here. Just be careful when you're doing this part with the flour because you don't want to mess up the shaping of the meatballs. That was the whole point of us putting them in the fridge. I'm just gonna put a good coating of oil down. And for the initial fry, if you have to, cook them in batches because really want to focus on getting the browning done. So we're starting to get some bubble action, so I think I can go ahead and add a few more in. Got some really good color on the meat. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the butter and the garlic. And give that a quick mix around. I'm gonna turn this down just a bit. So I'm turning this down to about a medium heat now, and then I'm adding in that oregano so that it can help fragrance the oil. This smells really good, y'all. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my broth. I'm gonna let this come up to a little bit of a simmer. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I actually added just like a pinch of red pepper flakes. I think that'll go good in here. So now that the water is like up to a slight simmer, I'm just gonna add the meatballs back in. We'll let this cook for maybe about 10 minutes. Let all the flavors come together. Let the sauce reduce just a bit. And then we'll finish it with some Parmesan.
You can never go